Hello, Algebra 1 students. This is the beginning of Chapter 5, which is dealing with solving systems of equations. Today we talked about solving equations by graphing by hand. Now I'm going to teach you how to do this on the calculator to assist you on more accurately getting the solution. Okay? I'm going to use the same problems that we did in class today, and I do want to just hit on a video one more time some of the important points that we talked about today. So a system of equations is two or more equations with two or more variables. For our cases in Algebra 1, we're going to stick with two equations and two variables. You can never have more variables than you have equations to solve. Okay? We talked about one solution when they cross at one point, and that point is the solution. You always have an x and a y coordinate. If you only see one line, that means that there are two lines graphed on top of each other. They cross everywhere, so your solution is all real numbers. And then if you have parallel lines or lines with the same slope, those lines will never cross, so you have no solution. There's never going to be anywhere that they cross, so it's impossible to get a solution. Now, we worked this next problem in class today by hand, and I wanted to show you on the Inspire how to do it. Before you can put this in your calculator, though, it still must be solved for y. And y has to be by itself. It's got to be in slope-intercept form. So, on this, if I have x minus y equals 4, I need to get y by itself. So I would subtract x from both sides. And so I have negative y equals negative x plus 4. Okay? Then I'm going to divide by negative 1. So I have y equals x minus 4. Okay. So here's one of them in slope-intercept form. I'll need to have that to put in my calculator. Alright, and then the next one is x plus y equals 10. To solve for y, I'm going to subtract x. Okay, and now I have y equals negative x plus 10. Now, I know that this is not all real numbers, and I know that it's not no solution, because these are not the same equation, and that's not the same slope. So what I'm going to do now is grab my calculator. Give me a second while I switch things out here. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to go to Add Graph, and you're going to put equation 1 in, which we said was x minus 4. Okay? Then you're going to push down so that you have a second entry line, and we said that the other line was negative x plus 10. Okay, so now I have both things graphed on my calculator. What's nice about the calculator is it will get you an exact coordinate for this intersection. Now we can look at it on a grid. Let's see if I can do this. You can look at it on a grid and see where it is. And if you're not sure if it may be a fraction or a decimal or something like that, what you can do is you're going to go to Menu. You're going to Analyze the Graph. You're going to go to number 4. We want to see where those two lines intersect. So your lower bound, you want this on the left side of your intersection, and click, and then drag this over until you're on the right side of the intersection point, and click, and it just gave you the intersection point at 7, 3. So that would be your answer, and that would be how you write your answer. Okay? So let's try one more, and then I will be done for today. Alright, let's see if I can get everything going in the right place here. Alright, same thing right here. Let's get that out of the way. So I still have to solve for y. So on the first one, let me get this stuff out of the way. Oops, come on. There we go. So x plus y equals 3. Well, I would just subtract x, and so y would equal negative x plus 3. Okay? Now here, where I have x minus y equals negative 1, I want to subtract x. And so I have negative y equals negative x minus 1. Divide by negative 1. So I get y equals x plus 1. So here's my two equations. Alright, give me a second. I'm going to do the do-si-do thing again here so that I can see what equations we're working with. So I know what to type in. And we'll get our calculator. Okay, so anytime I want to start a new problem, I want to go to New Document, Don't Save, Add a Graph, type in your two equations. So the first one was negative x plus 3, push down, so I have F2, and then I'm going to type in x plus 1, hit enter. Alright, they clearly intersect, so I know it's not no solution, and I know it's not all real numbers. If you want, you can go to View and show the grid as a line grid. Well, it looks pretty good. It looks like we've got 1, 2 for sure. But if I'm not sure, I can go to my menu, I can go to Analyze Graph, look for the intersection. This goes on the left side, lower bound left side. Click it, drag it until you see the intersection highlighted. Click it again. My intersection is at 1, 2. That is my solution. Okay? That's just about it for today. We're going to practice with this for today, and then we are going to move on to substitution and elimination later on. So be watching the videos. Make sure that you fill out the form. That is how I'm keeping track and dealing with your grade on who's watching the videos. I will see you guys tomorrow.